Class Delta, as you learned earlier, is one of the lowest controlled airspaces within the US. All you need to fly in Class Delta is two-way radio communications with the controller. Today we're sitting at John 2, a Class Delta just to the west of Nashville. John 2 has a tower that is operable from 0700 to 2100 local time. Outside of this time, it reverts to an uncontrolled airport like we had at Beach River Regional. After we start our aircraft, set up our GPS, get the ATIS, and complete our run-up here at the ramp, we'll call tower, which is the lowest controller at John 2 today. We're going to call tower to get our VFR departure clearance, which at a Delta airport is simple. Remember, at an uncontrolled field, we did our run-up at the whole short line of the runway. At a Class Delta, Charlie, and Bravo airports, it is highly recommended you do your run-up on the ramp to prevent yourself from becoming an obstacle to someone else who's trying to depart. We'll start our communication with our cold call. John 2 Tower, November 8077 November.
November 8077 November, John 2 Tower. Go ahead.
John 2 Tower, November 8077 November, at the FBO with Information Alpha, ready to taxi VFR departure to the west.
November 8077 November, taxi runway 02 via Romeo 3, Alpha 1.
Taxi runway 02 via Romeo 3, Alpha 1, November 8077 November. Now we will taxi to runway 02 via Romeo 3, Alpha 1, as they asked. Notice I said VFR departure to the west. That is because I'm planning to depart to the west. If I was planning to remain in pattern, I would say, ready to taxi, VFR, remain in pattern. Let's get to the runway and see what to do on our departure. If there was a ground controller online, we'd be instructed to contact tower or monitor tower. Contact means to switch frequencies and call the tower. If we are told to monitor tower, we should switch frequencies and wait for the tower to call us. As we approach the hold short line, we're going to give John 2 Tower a call as if we were just switched over from ground to tower and told to contact him. John 2 Tower, November 8077 November, holding short runway 02, ready for departure. Now here you may get a few different instructions. You may be told to depart a certain way or to continue holding short. If told to hold short, you should be given a reason, whether there's departing traffic, arriving traffic, or another reason. Otherwise, we should get our departure clearance.
November 8077 November, departure to the west approved, runway 02, clear for takeoff.
West departure approved, runway 02, clear for takeoff, November 8077 November. Again, here you may be given all kinds of different instructions, such as straight out departure approved, left crosswind departure approved, left downwind departure approved. Whatever it is they need from you for your departure or pattern work, they'll give you that clearance. Simply read it back and follow their instructions. As we depart Class Delta airspace, they'll simply hand us off to the next controller if we had requested flight following on the ground. Otherwise, we'll be told to monitor Unicom on 122.8 and to have a great flight. What about arrivals into a Class Delta airport? Well, if you're on a flight following or an IFR clearance, the controller you're on with will hand you off to the tower when appropriate and at the right time. However, if you're coming from Unicom or uncontrolled airspace, it's up to you to contact the tower before entering his airspace. All you need is two-way radio communication to enter a Class Delta airspace. No clearance is required. Be sure to get the ATIS before calling up tower. Here we're about 10 miles to the east of Jackson, Tennessee, planning to make a full stop landing at the airport. All we're going to do is simply contact the tower, inform them where you are and what you're looking for. Start with the cold call. Jackson Tower, November 8077 November.
November 8077 November, Jackson Tower, go ahead.
Tower, November 8077 November, 10 miles to the east at 3,000 feet, full stop in Jackson.
November 8077 November, air left down for runway 20, report midfield.
Air left downwind for runway 20 and report midfield, November 8077 November. It's really that simple. Fly safely, and I'll see you all in the next lesson.